The Ministerial Association supports and complements the strategic goals of the North England Conference by means of a holistic approach consisting of three key aspects. Number one, pastoral care, ensuring the well-being of our ministerial workers and their families, as well as our elders and our diaconate. Number two, capacity building, providing effective leadership development for the NEC Ministerial Task Force, as well as our elders and our diaconate. Number three, mediation, applying a reconciliation ministry and offering conflict resolution throughout the complex intersection of relationships between ministerial workers and local church members and leaders. Now, this approach embodies the NEC strategic goals of restoring trust, rebuilding relevance, and stimulating growth. The core values being those of love, trust, growth, resilience, and excellence. Now, achievements and contributions, I will be brief. The 3-year period covered in this report couldn't be more diverse. However, whether during lockdown or following it, all three aspects, pastoral care, capacity building, and mediation, continued to be implemented by means of numerous activities. Many programs, as well as heart-to-heart conversations that took place both online and in person. The Ministerial Association continued to provide regular training and capacity building for both clergy and laity. A special joyful highlight has been the annual ordination and commissioning services for pastors. It's also been wonderful to witness and help coordinate the ordination consecration services of numerous elders, deacons, and deaconesses throughout our beloved NEC territory. Now, going back in time, since the lockdown months in 2021, regular Zoom meetings, training events resumed for pastors, for Bible workers, for elders, and the diaconate, thereby nurturing and equipping them during a very challenging time period. And in order to boost the morale of both clergy and laity, the association ran regular initiatives and meetings online. As the pandemic receded, the association continued to cater to the needs of both clergy and laity by resuming in-person seminars, workshops, training events. Now, this was done in such a way that allowed the practical benefits of online meetings. Notable mentions here, the Clinical Pastoral Education and Pastoral Evangelism Leadership Council in the United States, and also the Biblical Exegesis Training, where 42 graduated successfully. Now, since that time period until December 2023, the association intensified its close cooperation, particularly with the Personal Ministries and Evangelism Department. We organized many joint events together. Now, following an impactful ministerial meetings on professional development for pastors led by Pastor Patrick Johnson, the TED Ministerial Director, the NEC Ministerial Task Force unanimously accepted to undergo a 360-degree competency-based pastoral evaluation process. I want to thank God for that. And this project was completed successfully by the end of 2023, ready to be implemented for 2024. Now, another notable highlight was the 2 Connected Leadership Retreats in November 2023, which focused on capacity building as well as leadership development. First, the NEC Elders, Treasurers, and Diaconate Retreat, and then the Pastoral Residential Retreat, both featuring Pastor Freddie Russell from the US as our keynote speaker. Now, Connected Leadership was an innovative initiative. Very happy to have partnered with the NEC Treasury. Lastly, we closed 2023 with 3 special events: the successful completion of another CPE training at Advent Health. Secondly, we reached an agreement on trialing a volunteer lay pastor VLP pilot scheme for 2024. 11 participants ready to go, with support, of course, from the TED as well as our North England Conference administrators. Thirdly, another successful initiative was a training event, a biblical strategy for disciple making and evangelism, featuring Elder Jim Howard from the GC Sabbath School and Personal Ministries Department, and as well as our very own Pastor Ebenezer Daniel. Now, when it comes to the future, it is my hope, dear brothers and sisters, that the association continues to deliver in its key roles of fostering spiritual and professional growth. That means three things. Number one, constantly mentoring and shepherding pastors, elders, and the diaconate. Number two, nurturing deep and vibrant relationships with God and one another. And number three, motivating, equipping, and resourcing our ordained and commissioned brothers and sisters in pastoral ministry to proclaim the Word of God to the world. Now, in line with TED, BUC, and NEC strategic priorities, the association will, by God's grace, continue to intentionally promote and offer support for women serving in pastoral ministry, as well as leadership positions in their local church. Lastly, I want to close with some thank yous from the heart. Thank you to all my ministerial colleagues and their spouses, their families. Thank you to my pastors and my retirees. You are very much cherished by all of us. You are still our pastors. Thank you to our interns, our Bible workers. May God continue to bless you and your precious loved ones. Thank you to all church elders, deacons, deaconesses who serve so faithfully with passion and humility. Thank you, Yvonne, my secretary. Your diligence and professionalism are simply exceptional. Working together is a joy and a privilege. I want to thank my predecessors in the role, Pastors George Kumi and Pastor Mike Simpson. Thank you for your precious insights and counsel. Thank you to Sister Jackson, Sister Simpson, and Beatrice for their duty of care towards the Ministerial Spouse Association. And thank you, of course, to NEC administrators, fellow directors and sponsors, ministerial field secretaries, past and present. And thank you, NEC. What a humbling privilege it has been to serve the Lord together at a time like this. God bless you all.